1580 KGAL.
Mid-Valley High School baseball is on the air. The following sports broadcast is an exclusive presentation of News Talk 1580 KGAL and is brought to you by Lynn Benton Tractor, Power Honda, Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant, Albany Grocery Outlet, Power Buick GMC, Stavros Auto Services, Mark Thomas Motors, Burgerville, Now Builders, Northwest Apparel and Embroidery, Wilson Motors, Figaro's Pizza of Albany, Like New Appliance, and by Economy Supply Building Center. Now get ready for Mid-Valley High School baseball. With all the action, here are Radio Ray and Scott Landgren live on 1580 KGAL.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. What an absolutely... Brian? Where'd Brian go? We've got the feedback. Every word I say, it's coming. Oh, there we go. It may be at the other end. That's gone. Hey, let's start over again. We won't run that part of the broadcast, so you didn't hear that. It's an absolutely beautiful afternoon for baseball, and a good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. It is the third game of the series this week between the West Albany Bulldogs and the Lebanon Warriors. West has won the first two. Not only have they won them, they have shut out Lebanon, and they have won both games by identical scores of 7-0. So West this afternoon tries for the sweep, and Lebanon tries to avoid that and at the same time hurt what might be the ultimate position in which West will finish in the league. It is determined that in the Mid-Willamette Conference, West will certainly finish in the first division, will be a playoff team, but Lebanon would like to change whether they finish in fourth, possibly third, and even second place is still a possibility for them. We'll tell you what would have to happen for that to become a reality. But it's a beautiful afternoon here for baseball. They were talking today about winds that might gust to 30 miles an hour. And we always have wind here at Memorial Stadium at West Albany. And that wind is blowing out today. We may see an array of home runs, something we have not seen much of this year. I don't know that we have seen a home run. Scott is still finishing up his lineup for the afternoon. But I don't think we have seen a home run here yet this year. We may today because of the wind blowing out. And if that velocity of 30 miles an hour proves to be true, we might see multiple home runs here this afternoon. Well, both teams have already finished their warm-ups. We should start on time today. And both head coaches, Jeff Stolzik of Lebanon and Don Lean of West Albany, home plate, talking things over with the umpires. The field is in great shape. And I feel good about this afternoon. When they were playing the music before the game, and it's always rather contemporary music, something that I don't necessarily know, I was able to understand, and I counted it, 4 words from the songs today. Wow. And I feel good about that. That eclipses the previous record of 3 words understood.
That pretty much almost shatters the record, actually. I mean, 4 and 3, that's great.
That's Scott Landgren over there. I'm Radio Ray. We're ready for baseball today. We'll take our first time out. We'll come back here to West Albany High School for the Warriors and the Bulldogs today on KGAL.
Around here, we take refreshment pretty seriously. How else do you explain the coffee cart in front of the coffee shop next to the other coffee shop? And we all know those mental reboots can cost. But at McDonald's, whether you want a soft drink or a coffee, you can refresh for just $1.
At McDonald's, you can get any size ice-cold soft drink or any size rich premium roast coffee for just $1 every day. It's more value to love.
Perk up for $1? Now that's what I call refreshing.
A la carte only. Price and participation may vary.
Introducing the brand new Premium McWrap from McDonald's. With fresh vegetables and delicious chicken bundled together in a meal-sized wrap. Each bite you take is like no bite you've ever tasted before. Hold the phone. I'm taking another bite. The new Premium McWrap. For just $3.99, it's a whole new way to love McDonald's. Price and participation may vary.
What do you expect to accomplish this year? Whatever the task, it's easier with the top-selling subcompact tractor, the Kubota BX70 from Lynn Benton Tractor. And now during Kubota's Great Expectation sales event, you'll not only get a great deal on the BX70, you can expect great versatility, performance-matched implements, and great value. Raise your expectations with a new Kubota BX70 now with financing as low as 0% APR. There's a BX Series model for you at Lynn Benton Tractor on McLean Street in Silverton or on Highway 99E, Tangent.
At Power Honda's award-winning service department, their award-winning staff is there to provide excellent service in a timely manner. From their famous $15 oil changes to transmission replacements and other large jobs, they are dedicated to maintaining the highest levels of customer service. Every appointment includes a multi-point inspection and a complimentary car wash. Call Power Honda's service department today, 541-928-0122. Power Honda, Highway 20 in Albany, your Honda superstore.
$15 oil change is for non-synthetic oil and Hondas only.
1580 KGAL.
Welcome back to West Albany High School. We're just about to get our national anthem this afternoon. I'm not sure if our outdoor microphone can pick up the national anthem. If it does, we will stay here. If not, we'll go back and take a break. Let's see if we can pick it up today here from West Albany High School.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautifully done. May I ask your name? Rachel Matson? Beautifully done. Thank you. Very nice. Rachel Matson, a student from West Albany, singing the national anthem. I've always said you not only need to be talented to sing it well, but you have to be brave. The ranges that you have to hit in that song are very, very difficult. She did it very nicely. All right, just about ready for the game today. We will take our seats here, and I will introduce you to the younger man of the two, Scott Landgren. And we will get the lineups for today's game. We're just about ready to begin. West Albany on the field. Hey, and are you adjusted yet?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a lot of popping going on.
Yeah, well, they got some old equipment here, you know.
I'm the one wearing the headphones, you know.
Yeah.
All right. You are set. How about the starting lineup here? And why don't we start with Lebanon, since West will be the home team?
All right, well, since, injury-wise and some other things, Lebanon's roster is pretty, small, as we know. It's pretty much the same lineup as we've had many times this year. Kyle Christensen leading off playing center, Jacob Rappe second and playing short. Luke Rappe, other, is catching, as always, batting third. Riley Wessel in the cleanup spot in left field. Jared Marshall will be playing third today. Dylan Williams sixth and pitching. Chance DeWitt will be batting seventh and playing second base. Skylar Garber in right field, eighth, and brother Isaac at first, batting ninth.
Dylan Williams will be the starting pitcher for Lebanon today. And it's one of those situations, Scott, where they really have to hope now. They get a lot of innings from the starting pitcher. Mm-hmm. There are only two subs, and one of them is Austin Lopez. We did the game on Wednesday from Lebanon. We mentioned at that time they have several players out with an injury. One of them actually is Austin Lopez. He can throw, but he can't swing. He can't swing a bat, so it's possible that he might be able to take a position in the field if they needed him to do that, but he can't bat this afternoon because of an injury. So there's really only one true sub that they have of the 9 players, and they really need a good start here from Dylan Williams, who will Pitch, and the ball is swung and fouled back. I'm going to put my glasses on here, Scott, which I haven't done yet. I wonder why I couldn't see.
Oh, that's usually helpful.
I thought maybe it was the sunglasses, but it's the fact that I didn't have any on.
Yeah.
Pitch from Dillon will miss outside and low. Give you defensively the setting here for West Albany this afternoon. Isaac Garber at first. Let me make that Joe Miller at first. There's a strike called. Kyle Christensen, by the way, the center fielder leading off. Joe Miller is the first batter. Drew Kettleson at second. Sawyer Reed at shortstop. We were really impressed with him on Wednesday. About 9 putouts, and some of them were very, very nicely done. Pitch is fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Christensen, center fielder today for Lebanon, leadoff hitter. Andrew Kettleson plays second, Sawyer Reed at short, Jackson Soto at third. The outfield left to right, Taylor Frost, Jacob Bewley, and Tanner Whitney. Pitcher, that's a base hit. Kyle Christensen, good start for Lebanon. They have not scored in 14 innings of baseball against West this week. They lost both of the first 2 games by a score of 7-0. And the other day wound up with just 4 hits. A very well-pitched game for the starter the other day. Was that Joe Miller, or was that the first game for him?
Joe Miller did not start the game we were at. It was
somebody that's not on the field today.
It was Crew.
Oh, that's right. Crew Clark. Pitch is swung on, hit up the middle. It's going to be grabbed at the shortstop by Reed, who will step on second for 1, throw to first. Got him, double play. Good play by Sawyer. Hit right at the bag, and when he got it, he was simply right standing on top of second for the force play there. But he has a good, fast arm and a good throw to first on a slowly hit ball. Gets Jacob Rapay, who is gone. So Christensen singles, but on a 6 unassisted put out at second, and 6-3 double play. There are 2 gone, and Luke Rapay will be the hitter. The brothers hitting back-to-back today, Jacob and Luke. First pitch to him will miss. Nice afternoon, very comfortable. Used to have windows that were pretty well closed here in the press box, and pitch misses. And you probably haven't seen the movie The Bridge on the River Kwai, in which they put Alec Guinness, who was a British soldier, they put him in the sweat box.
I have not seen that movie.
And that's what it used to be like. It used to be like The Bridge on the River Kwai here, but it's really nice now. Swung on and missed. Swings through. Curveball, looked like a curve. To Luke. Luke Rapay will certainly be missed by this program. He has been a stellar player since he was very young in high school. Pitch is fouled back. And we mentioned for the West program the other day, there's a couple of players that seem like they have been there for 34 years.
I feel like it.
And we investigated, but apparently it's not the case.
Nope.
Sawyer Reed at short, Jackson Soto at third. It's because they play multiple sports, and we've seen them so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent athletes. This one is fouled away. Catcher, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned the catcher this afternoon, Austin Smith, for the starting pitcher, Jacob Caston. Jacob, a right-hander. It seems quiet here right now, and the flag is not particularly brisk. At times it does blow straight out. Strike called, side retired. So Kyle Christensen led off with a base hit, but Jacob Rapay bounces into a double play. Played. Luke Rapay struck out. Side retired, actually 1, 2, 3. Half inning gone, nothing doing for Lebanon. West coming to bat today on KGAL.
You will always get your money's worth, and the food is fresh, original, and tasty at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Open areas or cozy booths, you'll find Ixtapa's service superb and menu variety most excellent. Visit them for lunch or dinner, where the parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet. Are you part of an office group? Groups of 10 to 25 are always invited, and $3 drink specials are always offered. Enjoy Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant today at 25 North Main in Lebanon.
Have you seen the new steel wall in Economy Supply Building Center? It's loaded with steel products you can't do without. From chainsaws to trimmers, you'll find a tool that can help you get your work done easier. An example, Economy Supply has the new Steel FS40 CE trimmer. It's lightweight, fuel efficient, and Steel's easy-to-start system makes starting almost effortless. For a limited time, you'll save $30 off the regular price. Your new Mid-Valley home for steel is Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street, Lebanon.
1580 KGAL.
Oh, welcome back to West. Boy, that's a fast break.
That was quick.
You're not supposed to hear some of those private conversations. I hope you weren't listening there at the end. Welcome back to West Albany High School. Lebanon and West finishing up their 3-game series this week. West winning both of the initial 2 games by a score of 7-0. And Lebanon goes quietly, although a leadoff base hit by Kyle Christensen in the first, erased by a double play. A strikeout, and the side actually retired 1-2-3, and West steps up. West is currently a first division team, and they will finish there. There is no way that anyone below them, the other 3 teams, they are in 4th place right now. The 3 teams below them cannot catch them. That would include Lebanon next in 5th place, and also Silverton and South Albany. But West does have a chance to move up higher than 4th. Certain things need to happen. Take a little time to discuss all of that. First pitch to Kyle Christensen, swings on it and hits it a long distance, but foul way out in front. Thank you. Yep. Sawyer Reed, the shortstop. Could you give just a little more adjustment on the just a touch.
Fans, if you retrieve a foul ball today.
So Sawyer Reed will lead off for West. Austin Smith hits second. Andrew Kettleson, the second baseman, bats third. Jackson Soto in the cleanup position today. He's third baseman. Jacob Bewley in center field. The pitch from Dylan Williams is hit down the left field line. That could be trouble. And it will drop for a base hit, at least 2. It'll be a double. Chasing it down and throwing it back in, Riley Wessel, as they were playing well over to right field. That left a long space down in left field, and that's exactly where Sawyer Reed went, as he hits it into the left field corner, and a double for West. And they could quickly take the lead this afternoon. Runner at second, nobody out. Austin Smith is the catcher and a right-handed hitter. Looks down at his head coach, Don Lean, for a sign. And will step in against the right-hander, Dylan Williams. Williams looks at the runner at second and throws well outside, ball 1. Andrew Kettleson would be next, followed by Jackson Soto, Jacob Bewley, Taylor Frost, Tanner Whitney, Joe Miller, and Jacob Caston today for West Albany. The pitch is swung on. It is hit by the second baseman in the right field for a base hit. Just moving up to third, moving up 90 feet will be Sawyer Reed. Not exactly popped by Austin Smith, but enough pop to get by a diving chance to win. And now he tries to take second, and they throw down to second, and they get him out.
I didn't see what happened there. I was writing down the single in my scorecard.
And he will have a conversation with the first base coach. I looked up, the same thing, Scott. I mean, it was a single, and it was in right field. There's no way that he's going to take second, and he tried to get to second and was thrown out. So he is out.
Okay.
But Sawyer Reed still stands at third. I was figured the play was done, and look up, and there he is out at second.
Well, I mean, essentially he did what he wanted to do. He wanted to hit the ball to the right side and advance the runner.
And get thrown out at second.
Well, he didn't want to do that part of it, but he did advance the runner. And look at Lebanon playing their infield in. They know that even one run is huge in this game.
The count to Andrew Kettleson. It's a ball and a strike with that runner at third and 1 out. Pitch is swung on, hit up the middle, hits the pitcher Williams. He can't find it initially, picks it up and throws to first, and he throws wide. And that will allow the run to score, and it will allow Andrew Kettleson to wind up at least at second. He's going to try for third as the relay comes on, and he will make it with his speed to third base. The ball was well hit by Andrew Kettleson, and it hit the pitcher, Dylan Williams. It hit him in the legs. Now, he turned to look for it and lost a few seconds until he could find the ball, but when he found it, he had enough time. But he threw quickly, as he had to do, and threw it wide of first. So it will be a throwing error that will allow Andrew Kettleson to go all the way to a third base. The run will score. It'll not be a run batted in. And the pitch will miss.
Yes.
Ball 1 to Jackson Soto. You know, I did not see the runner from third. The pitch is outside. Whether he was coming home and would have scored without a throw.
He was not.
But I would have to say that there is no RBI because that ball bounced off the pitcher Williams toward the third base side, making it difficult for the runner at third, Sawyer Reed, to know whether he could score or not. But once the ball was thrown away, he scored. Pitch fouled back. So no RBI for Andrew. He simply gets to third base on an error, a throwing error to Dylan Williams. A run scores 1-0 West. Not a fortuitous start for Lebanon, which has dropped the first 2 games of the series. 3-1 to Jackson is hit up the middle and is by a diving Jacob Rapay, who was playing in as they tried to cut off the run, as you noted, Scott, and it winds up to be a mistake because Jacob Rapay, had he been playing further back, certainly would have been able to dive and stop that ball, but he was playing up on the infield grass, and the ball hit well enough to get by him. A base hit. That is an RBI for Jackson Soto. 2-0 West, and Jacob Bewley, the center fielder, the 5th hitter in the lineup for the Bulldogs, will step in as Williams throws outside ball 1. Not a pretty beginning either.
No. And, you know, sometimes these Friday games are a little crazy because it's the third pitcher and everything. But, you know, with all of Lebanon's struggles, that just adds to it. That one's hit.
Pitch is swung on and hit left field deep, but tracking it down is Riley Wessel, and he will grab it for the out. The best hit ball of the inning by Jackson, or rather by Jacob Bewley.
Next up, the left fielder, number 21.
But high enough that Riley Wessel able to travel a long way towards center to make the catch. So Jacob Bewley is out on a fly ball to left center. And here's Taylor Frost, the right fielder, will step in. And the first pitch to him is a ball 1. Tanner Whitley, the right fielder, on deck. Pitch is popped foul and should be out of, well, it wasn't out of play, but Luke Rapay may have actually overrun it a little bit as he had to look up into the sun. I don't think he could keep his eye on it. It bounced really about a step behind him in front of the fence that protects the players in that third base dugout. But it drops into foul territory. Ball and a strike. It's a nice group here on Friday afternoon. I would imagine a few more will join us before the game is over today. The pitch from Dylan Williams is well outside. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Jackson Soto at first. 2-0 West in the first inning. And what you said about the Friday games, that was exactly what I was thinking just before you said it. Throw to first.
Yeah.
Just back is Jackson Soto. It's exactly what was on my mind. Your top pitcher will throw on Tuesday, presumably your second best on Wednesday, and by Friday sometimes these games get a little wide. Pitches outside, throw down to first, and just back safely is Jackson Soto. Not by much. Luke Rapay, good defensive catcher, great arm, and almost got Soto at first. Pitch is swung on, and a bouncer is going to be fair down the third base line. It's down into the corner in third. Here comes Soto with his good speed on his way to third. Riley Wessel bobbles that ball out and left, but gets it in time to hold Jackson Soto to third, but it will be a double down the left field line for Taylor Frost.
Right fielder, number 22, Tanner Whitley.
And he stands at second, Jackson Soto at third. And Scott, if these runs come home, that is a tough start for Lebanon again. Missing starters. 3 starters injured last week. Austin Lopez, John Garber, and I believe it's Mike Bryan. Dylan will extra runners, and he throws. Swung on and hit towards center, and it will drop for a base hit. 1 run will come home, and they will stop the runner at third. Here comes the relay in. But it is a clear base hit for Tanner Whitley right up the middle. Bouncing in front of the center fielder, Kyle Christensen.
Joe Miller.
Base hit to center. Run driven in. That's Jackson Soto, who scores from third. And going to third is Taylor Frost with Tanner Whitley at first. And here's Joe Miller, the right fielder.
Hit the cord there.
Joe Miller slices this one to right. Could it be trouble? No, it will hang up high enough for an easy put out by Skylar Garber. And the inning is retired. But West takes a big lead in the first inning. They get 3 runs. An error played a big part in that, a throwing error by pitcher Dylan Williams. They get 5 hits in the inning. 5 hits. They leave a runner aboard. We finished a half inning. Finished 1 inning today. 2-0 West. We'll be back on KGAL.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market has bargain prices now on 8-pound bags of navel oranges, just $3.99. You save $2. Save up to $1 on pineapples, just $1.99. And save up to $2 on Mike's Lemonade 12-pack party kit, just $14.99. Hurry, specials good while supplies last. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
Serving Albany and the Willamette Valley for 37 years. Hi, this is Dean Stavros for Stavros Auto Services. The Auto Doctors is the mechanic side of our business and will give you a written lifetime warranty on all work they perform. Jason and I are proud of Jeff, our service manager, and his trained mechanical technicians. Brakes, tune-ups, or any other maintenance your auto may need, Jeff and his team are ready to help. Stavros Auto Services. Same people, same commitment to excellence. You've got our name on it. Find us at packautobody.com.
1580 KGAL.
Well, an interesting start to the game today as West picks up where they left off in the first 2 games of the series, winning each of those 7-0. They lead 2-0 after a single inning today as Lebanon bats here in the top of the second. Riley Wessel, Jared Marshall, Dylan Williams for the Warriors in the second, and Riley will take outside ball 1. Riley is the cleanup hitter today for the Warriors, left fielder. Jared Marshall at third, Dylan Williams the pitcher. Pitch, I think tried to hold back, but one of those where he was swinging enough for the ball just to hit the bat, go into foul territory. Ball and a strike. Jacob Caston throws that one right down the heart of the plate at the knees, a strike. 7, 8, and 9 for the Warriors would be Chance DeWitt, the second baseman. Skylar Garber hits 8th, the right fielder, and Isaac Garber. First baseman will bat 9th, pitch outside. Ball 2. West looked, when the week started, like they would finish in 4th place and that would be it. But certain things have occurred in the other games this week. Swung on and missed on an inside pitch. There was no chance of really getting that one. Jared, I think Riley fooled by the location. Second strikeout already for Jacob Caston. West has lost 5 games, and now after a 4-game losing streak, Dallas dropped 5 games. What West would root for this afternoon is for Crescent Valley to beat Dallas so that Dallas would lose their 6th game. Pitch is outside. West will finish their league schedule today. Every other team, the 6 other teams in the league, will finish their league schedules next week. 3-1 pitch is strike. 3-2. Didn't see a strike motion there. Just he didn't take first base. Oh, it's not 3-1. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the inning out of the score.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
This is the first time we've been to West. I'll give you that.
Those lights are small and a long way off for me. There's a curveball for a strike, and it's 2 strikes.
I believe it's 1 and 2 now.
Ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is popped up. Somebody should grab this one. We'll see who. Let's see who's going to call for it. The right fielder does. That's Tanner Whitley, and he'll put it away for the out. Jared Marshall is gone.
Next up, the pitcher, number 33, Dylan Williams.
Just looking out at the scoreboard. It just seems a pitch will miss. Ball 1 to Dylan Williams. Still trying to figure it out. Pitch swung on and missed. Is a strike to Dillon. Ball and a strike. Chance to Witt would be next. I want to finish that thought of how West can move up in the standings, and suddenly there's a very good possibility they could. Swung on and missed, strike 2. They would root for Crescent Valley today, because if Crescent Valley wins, Dallas will have 6 losses. If West wins today, they will have 5 and then won't have any more games, so they would definitely finish ahead. There's a great snap by the pitcher Caston on a shot up the middle. Had to reach to his right, grabbed it, turns, and throws out Dylan Williams. A nice quick reflex on the part of Jacob Caston to grab that ball by Williams. Appeared maybe headed up the middle for a base hit, but it's out 1-3. Side retired in order. So far, Jacob has faced his 6 batters, although he gave up a base hit to the leadoff hitter in the first inning. Nothing doing for Lebanon in the top of the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 West, and we'll be back on KGAL.
If your washer, dryer, stove, or fridge are stone cold dead, then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 541, 259 at 1131, of course. You see, Like New Appliance is the Mid-Valley's premier recycler, creating like new appliances from your abandoned, lifeless metal rejects. Do your recycling part. Ask for a free discarded appliance pickup today by calling 259 at 1131. That's 541, 259 at 1131 for Like New Appliance.
When it comes to the most experience, best warranty, best fuel economy, and best service, Mark Thomas Motors is the best. The last standing, locally 4th-generation family-owned new car dealer in Albany, with 3 locations featuring GMC Buick, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and Hyundai's North American Car of the Year, Elantra, and a new Veloster in Sonata. Support your community by buying your new or certified pre-owned car or truck now at Mark Thomas Motors, Sandy M Highway in Albany. Shop online at markthomasmotors.com.
Mark Thomas Motors, why pay more?
Locally owned and operated, this is the very independent News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
First pitch of the inning is lined down the left field line. That has been friendly to West so far, and it will be a double for Joe Miller on the initial pitch of the second inning, so he already stands on second with a double. It's 3-0 West. I think I said 2 at the end of that. The half inning, it is 3-0 West, and the batter will be Jacob Caston. Jacob Caston is the...
It's actually Sawyer Reed. That was the double was by Caston. Miller flew out to end the first.
Boy, I don't know how I am lost here, Scott. I am embarrassed already. I have not been not good at keeping score at the same time as doing the play-by-play. So Jacob Caston leads off with the double. It is Jacob Caston who stands at second. Could we get just a little, we get some volume there. Keep turning that up until we get some volume and get a little bit of the crowd here, which is pretty quiet.
They're not saying much right now.
Maybe that's why. So here is Sawyer Reed. He led off with a double down the left field line. Caston has done it here to start the second. Sawyer Reed came around to score, but would score on a throwing error by the pitcher Dylan Williams for Lebanon, who stands in, and the right-hander will throw and misses outside for a ball. Austin Smith on deck. Andrew Kettleson would follow. Sawyer Reed is one of those, we say, it just seems like he's been around for a long, long time at West. Pitch is fouled away. Plays several sports. And we were really very impressed by his shortstop play. First time I've seen West this year on Wednesday. He was terrific. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is fouled at home plate.
Go
ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, it seems like the really, really good players in all the sports seem to be around for 20 years, like you said, and he's one of them, including baseball, like you said, with that great shortstop he's been playing.
Sawyer awaits. Dylan Williams pitches, and this one's going to be hit over the head of the second baseman. Chance to Witt made a nice try for it, but couldn't get it. It'll be a base hit. However, the runner at second, Jacob Caston, had to hold up to see whether Chance might grab that one, so he will go to third on a base hit by Sawyer Reed. If you're in the Lebanon dugout, you know you're in trouble when Sawyer Reed, their leadoff hitter, already has 2 hits on the day. It's 3-0. Runners at first and third, and nobody out in the second inning.
Yeah, I was going to say 2 hits in 2 innings. That's never a good sign for anybody. If the opposing team's leadoff hitter has done that, means you are in a hole.
Here's Austin Smith, who is the catcher today. He singled in the first inning, swung on. There's another one. That's a base hit. And that will drive in a run, make it 4-0, as Jacob Caston will score. And Sawyer Reed will wind up at second.
Next up, the second base.
Still nobody out. Runners at first and second. And boy, this thing could really get away quickly. And what we talked about, the shortage of players, and we saw it the other day, obviously, in the bullpen, really could be damaging to Lebanon this afternoon. Here's Austin Smith. Or make that, check the number here. It's Andrew Kettleson. Austin with the base hit. Austin Smith in the first inning got a base hit, and both Scott and I were writing down on the scorecard and looked up, and suddenly he was standing at second and got thrown out by the right fielder. Pitch misses. Very peculiar because the ball was hit to right field, and there was no way, after being fielded cleanly by Skylar Garber, that he was going to be able to get to second, but somehow he was down there being thrown out.
Yeah.
Was the only break that Lebanon has gotten. It could be far worse in this game if he had not been thrown out in that first inning. Pitch misses. Ball 2. 2-1 to Andrew Kettleson. Pitch is a high pop-up. This should be the first out of the inning. Be an infield fly, and it is dropped by the second baseman, but he will be out. With the infield fly rule, he will be out, and no advance possible. After the ball is dropped, they could advance if they wish to.
Well, even that didn't really go the Warriors' way. It did because he's out, but he didn't catch it for an out. It was because he was default, the infield fly rule.
Yeah.
Just things are not going well for the Warriors so far here.
It was dropped by Chance DeWitt, but it's the infield fly rule. The batter is automatically out. You run at your own risk. The first pitch catches the outside corner to Jackson Soto, not someone that Dylan Williams wants to face now with runners at first and second, down 4-0. Just one out here.
No, he's a scary batter when there's nobody on base, let alone with 2 on here.
Jackson singled, got a run batted in the first, and he will take a strike. So a ball and a strike to Jackson. Jacob Bewley, the center fielder, would be next. Runners lead. Left-handed hitter, Jackson. The wind picking up again and blowing out. Maybe by the 7th inning, I will have finished the whole story of how West can move up in the league.
Maybe. We'll get it.
They have the possibility of doing so. It looks like they're well on their way to a victory today, and then they need certain other things to happen between those top 3 teams outside. I mentioned the fact that if Crescent Valley beats Dallas, that will be the 6th loss for Dallas. That is finished today.
That has to happen for West.
If they win, West would only have 5 losses. They don't have any more league games. That means automatically they would finish ahead of Dallas, regardless of what Dallas does next week. Pitch is swung on and hit towards center, and it will drop in for a base hit. Bases will be loaded. Center fielder Kyle Christensen did a good job of masking that. He didn't move. Presumably, the runner at second looks at it, he thinks, well, maybe it's going to come right to the center fielder for an out. And that kept Sawyer Reed from moving at second, but he advances to third. Austin Smith goes to second. Jackson Soto has his second hit of the game, and the bases are loaded with 1 out for Jacob Bewley. Danger, danger.
Could put the Warriors in a big hole here.
Pitch is a strike to Jacob. He flew out to left center his first time up. Long running catch for Riley Wessel.
You know, I was going to say on the pregame show, I felt like we could see some runs today because, I'll tell you in a second.
Pitch is swung on, hit towards center. Back goes Kyle Christensen with the bases loaded. That'll be over his head. 1 run, 2 runs, and they will hold the runner at third. The throw comes home. It is wide. Fortunately grabbed by Luke Repair. That runner might have come home for third. But it is a double for Jacob Bewley. 2 runs driven in, make it 6-0 West. Double for Bewley over the head of center fielder Kyle Christensen. He connected on that one. 2 runs driven in. Sawyer Reed scores. Austin Smith scores. It's Jackson Soto who will wind up at third, and there's a conversation out on the mound. Boy, Scott, it is so tough. What do you do now? Well, you're in the second inning. The bullpen is thin. What do you do?
I'm not really sure what you can do in this situation. I'm not sure Jeff has a choice. He's got to just let him pitch it out, right? I mean, like you said, the bullpen is almost non-existent because of injuries and overuse, and just some other players that didn't have it. I think they just have to say, hey, we need you right now. You got to try to get through this any way you can. Yeah, I know it's going to be tough, but I don't know.
I think that's what you tell them as well. You've got to stay with you. Just bear down.
Yeah.
6-0 West with 1 out, bottom of the second, and runners at second and third. The pitch to Taylor Frost is hit high in the air. That one should be grabbed by Christensen, but it is deep, and it should score the runner from third. It will. Here comes a good relay from Christensen to keep the runner at second. That's Jacob Bewley. He will stay at second. Jackson Soto scores the 7th run of the game. An RBI fly ball for Taylor Frost, but he becomes the second out of the bottom of the second. So run batted in. 7-0 West, and here's Tanner Whitley, and still a chance for more runs batted in as the runner stands at second, Jacob Bewley. So for West to move up in the standings.
Yes.
With 2 outs, there's no way we could tell the whole story at this point. Pitch, hits him. Looked like a breaking ball that didn't break. Just stayed inside and hits Tanner Whitley, hit by a pitch. Runners at first and second, and here is the 9th hitter of the inning, Joe Miller. Flew out to right his first time up. So if Crescent Valley wins today, that's a 6th loss for Dallas. We'll definitely finish ahead of Dallas. Now, to move up, next week they would need one of the teams to sweep. That would do it because Crescent Valley and Corvallis would each have 3 losses after today. The pitch bounces to home plate. The throw by Luke Rapay is in dirt, but knocked off the glove of the shortstop Jacob Rapay, and then picking it up, Chance DeWitt, so it doesn't get into center field, and the runners stay where they are at first and second. If somebody were swept next week, in that case, they'd have 6 losses, and West would move up to second. If somebody wins 2 of 3, they want that to be Crescent Valley, because they did win the series against CV. The pitch is fouled off. And I don't have some of the material that I took inside this afternoon when I went home to take care of the beloved but strange Labrador.
Right.
It's still there. I believe that they took the series from CV.
I think they did too. I'm not sure.
They lost the series to Corvallis.
It was earlier in the year.
The pitch is on the inside corner. No. Ball 2. Not demonstrative out there this afternoon on balls or strikes. 2-1, but that was, I think the left arm came up. The pitch, throw down to second again, and the sliding back in. Nice throw this time by Luke. They almost put the tag on Jacob Bewley. 2 outs, runners at first at second. 4 more runs home in this inning after 3 in the first. The pitch is swung on and hit over the head of the second baseman, Chance DeWitt. They will send Jacob home from the second. He will be home with the 8th run of the inning. And heading for third is Tanner Whitley. Base hit for Joe Miller.
Now batting the pitcher, number 5, Jacob Caston.
He will stand at first. Jacob Bewley scores. Tanner Whitley at third. And we are to the 10th batter of the inning, Jacob Caston, who started this whole downfall for Lebanon with a double, and we will have a new pitcher.
Well, Jeff gave him a chance to get out of it, and he got 1 more out, and then he gave up a couple more hits and another run. So it looks like
Riley Wessel, who we saw the other day, who did a good job of striking out several of the West players, didn't do it with speed, but had a good breaking ball. He will come in to pitch, right-handed pitcher, and he will take over for Dylan Williams. And did Dylan head for the outfield? I think he did.
I think he did.
I think they simply exchanged
Well,
positions.
that could be Jacob Rapay out in left field now.
Let's see what the number is at shortstop.
Yeah. Okay, no, he's still there. Okay, that's good. So he must have just went out to left.
So Dylan Williams will take over in left.
I sure hope.
As they change pitchers today, we may see some multiple changes. This may be the last time we can keep up with them.
Yeah.
As they change pitchers, if you have some pain, some orthopedic pains, Samaritan Orthopedic can solve those problems for you, whatever it may be. It can really slow you down, and sometimes you can make the mistake of thinking you just can take care of it yourself. That's not always the case, and I have found that in the last couple of years. But Samaritan Orthopedics invites you to call. They can assist and end that pain. Orthopedic care from Samaritan Orthopedic.
Ray, this is starting to look eerily similar to the game 2 Fridays ago at Corvallis. It's starting very similar.
No, it's not.
I don't want to tell you that, but
no,
it is.
It's not. It's not sounding that way.
Okay.
No. So what do we have here in the inning? We have
a lot.
5 runs home, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs home. So it's 8-0.
Mm-hmm.
And we have runners at first, and then Riley Wessel will face his first batter of the inning. That's Jacob Caston, who did lead off with the double. He scored. Now he has a chance for some runs batted in. The pitch is inside to him, ball 1. So next week, if one of the teams sweeps between Corvallis and Crescent Valley in that series, somebody would have 6 losses, and they would finish behind West. And if someone wins 2, they want that to be Crescent Valley, not Corvallis, because they would have the tiebreaker against Crescent Valley. The pitch is a high pop-up to short. Jacob Rapay will grab it, and the inning ends after 10 batters, 5 runs. 1, 2, counting backwards, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits in the inning. 2 left on. After 2, 8-0 West. Well, at least we won't get the identical score to the first 2 games, which was 7.
That's true.
They have eclipsed that in 2 innings today. West leading 8-0. We'll be back on KGAL.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all-natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese, fresh slice of tomato on a toasted hoagie roll, complemented with a seasoned tradition chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable.
The mission of this quality Mid-Valley builder is treat every job like it's our only job, no matter how big or small. And we don't stop until our customer is 100% satisfied 100% of the time. Now Builders has stuck to this business plan since their beginning in 1992. They welcome commercial and residential jobs, big or small, it doesn't matter at Now Builders. See their list of referrals online at nowbuilders.com or call 541-926-2858.
1580 KGAL.
Top of the 3rd inning. It could be a long ball game today. 8-0 West. They have the lead.
It already has been for the Warriors.
In the top of the 3rd inning, the first pitch will be a strike to the leadoff hitter for the Warriors. That'll be Chance DeWitt. 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Chance DeWitt, Skylar Garber, and Isaac Garber. And the pitch fouled away.
Well, if you want to hear a scary little statistic, the 9th hole hitter, Jacob Caston, who is pitching for West, has already batted twice in the ball game, and Isaac Garber, who is batting 9th for the Warriors, has not batted once yet. So that usually tells you not good things are happening either.
Strike 3. Chance DeWitt is a strikeout victim. 3rd of the day for Jacob.
Skylar Garber.
Jacob Caston.
Fat Caston batted twice last inning. Just not only in the game, just in 1 inning before the Warriors' 9th hole hitter could bat once. It's rough out there.
It is. It's tough to see because, again, they had 3 injuries in just about the last, I don't know whether it was the last week or 2 weeks, Austin Lopez and John Garber. This one will hit Skylar Garber. So he becomes the 2nd base runner of the game for the Warriors. Kyle Christensen led off with a base hit.
Yeah.
But Jacob Rapay hit the ball up the middle. A speedy Sawyer Reed grabbed it before it could get into center field, stepped on second, threw to first for the double play. Luke Rapay struck out, starting the first of 5 batters in a row retired before Schuyler is hit by a pitch with 1 out in the 3rd. Isaac Garber, younger brother, who is basically forced into action by those injuries that we were just talking about. Austin Lopez would be the first baseman. Pitch outside ball to Isaac. But he is out. John Garber was hurt sliding into first base on Tuesday. And I believe it's Mike Ryan who had an accident that I think broke his collarbone.
Ouch.
So those 3 would be starters, and they are missing. And boy, that has obviously hurt Lebanon. Bunt is fouled back by Isaac. Playing up on the infield grass, Jackson Soto at third. That victory the other day when we were on the air, Scott, talking about the fact that Crescent Valley had won the first of 3 games with Dallas. 3rd loss in a row for Dallas after Corvallis lost the initial game last week, then won 2. Crescent Valley beat them. And you gave the score building up to what seemed to be insurmountable, and it wound up 9-1.
Yeah, it got a lot worse.
Crescent Valley beating Dallas, I'm shocked.
I'm pretty sure they scored 6 in the 7th inning, Crescent Valley did, because it was 3-1 going into the 7th, I'm pretty sure. And
wow.
Yeah, they're just, well, Crescent Valley's a hot team right now.
9-1 the final score. We'll see what happens today. At least they're back in Dallas today. There's a strike on the outside corner. It'll be strike 2 to Isaac.
I thought they were at Crescent Valley today.
Are they at CB? Were they at Dallas on the...
I thought. I'm not sure.
That lineup?
Yeah, well...
Piece that I took into the house?
That would have been good to have, huh? They're somewhere without a press box. We know that.
Swung on and scooped up by the 3rd baseman. Soto will go to second, and they get the runner at second base. As sliding short of the bag is Schuyler Garber. A nice grab by Jackson Soto. That ball was well hit. Jackson quickly to his left, grabbed it through to second. Threw a little bit high and off the bag, but Andrew Kettleson able to grab it, come down, and tag second for the force. But sliding a little bit short of the bag was Schuyler Garber, I think trying to avoid the collision and the tag. But it'll be a force play on a fine play by Jackson Soto. Hit on 1 hop back to the pitcher. And Jacob Castor will underhand to first. And Kyle Christensen is gone, side retired. Nothing doing for the Warriors. 2.5 done, 8-0 West. Leading the Warriors today. High school baseball continues on KGAL.
Wilson Motors in Corvallis is showcasing the arrival of the new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the 2014 Jeep Patriot, and the 2013 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Ram 1500. Wilson Motors is where you'll find this area's best selection, best prices, and happy customers. Come see the notable difference during the showcase event going on now at Wilson Motors. Make your best deal today at Wilson Motors Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis, and online at saveatwilson.com.
Eye-popping graphics on premium fabrics. That's what you'll wear from Northwest Apparel and Graphics. Businesses like Albany's Furniture and Beds, Buckmaster Plumbing, and Rhodes Warden have trusted Northwest Apparel and Graphics for their new appearance. Now you can too, and for a lot less than you'd expect. From vinyl signs and proverbs to screen printing and custom embroidery, Northwest Apparel and Graphics can do it all. No minimum orders for home or business. Look for their new showroom just south of the Cume Theater on South Main Street. Northwest Apparel and Graphics.
1580 KGAL.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, and West will come to bat. They scored 3 in the first, 5 in the second. They lead at 8-0.
The shortstop, number 23, Sawyer Reed.
We have seen some interesting contests in the years that we have covered high school baseball, and it's several years now. We've seen some amazing comebacks, but given the injuries that confront Lebanon, those 3 injuries of 3 starters in the last couple of weeks whom they have lost, and the fact that they had a limited roster to begin with, a very shortened roster, 4 starters from last year who did not come out for baseball this year, really puts them in a fix and an awfully tough time to come back from an 8-run deficit to a team like West.
Well, and the fact, that it's got to be in their head now. They haven't scored in 2 games and 3 innings here today. And, it's a mental thing also right now.
The pitch will be fouled back by Sawyer Reed, who leads off here, and the count will be 1-2 to Sawyer. Sawyer Reed, Austin Smith, Andrew Kettleson. They're 1, 2, 3 in the lineup. Every part of the lineup has been trouble today. There's that off-speed stuff, that breaking ball. That one looked good, but they may be too high. The home plate umpire really is not demonstrative.
No, he's not. Not like some we've seen.
Pitch is fouled away. As Sawyer reaches out, maybe an outside pitch, fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's nice to see. The other day was sunshine, but it was still a chilly wind out at Lebanon. This one is fouled back almost the same place. It's nice to see here today everybody in shorts, T-shirts. It's the start of an amazing weekend in which some record temperatures might be broken, particularly tomorrow.
Wow.
2-2, misses. And it's a full count to Sawyer Reed. Riley Wessel on in relief in the last inning of Dylan Williams, who really struggled today. Ball 4, and the leadoff runner is aboard. May I say it before you do? Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, we saw Riley, like you said, come into relief the other day, Wednesday, and he was really hit or miss. When he missed a lot of pitches in a row, and, I believe he did walk a few batters that game also, so his accuracy can be hit or miss, it seems.
But he likes to throw breaking pitches, and he struck out about 3 the other day in a couple of innings of work.
He did.
There goes the runner. Here's the bunt. Put down nicely down the third baseline. The catcher, Luke Rapay, picks it up, throws to first for the out, and a good play for Luke Rapay. And that's why he may well again be the top catcher in the conference this year. That ball was perfectly placed, and only a catcher with the speed of Luke to start with and the ability to pick it up, spin, and throw perfectly to first would get Austin Smith a nice bunt. But a great catcher in Luke throws him out, but Sawyer Reed does go to second, so the sacrifice works. Pitches a strike call to Andrew Kettleson. 2-3 on the putout, but it will put Sawyer Reed at second, as if they needed to get a runner into scoring position.
Yeah, right.
Andrew Kettleson reached on an error. Pitch is swung on and hit high in the air towards center. This time, Kyle Christensen will have enough time and room to go back and grab it. A deep fly ball, deep enough to send the runner to third. Sawyer Reed with good speed, but a good deep fly ball that sent Kyle Christensen back to make the catch. Sawyer Reed goes to third, but there are 2 outs. Jackson Soto has singled twice. He has driven in a run. He has scored 2 runs both times. He has singled. He has come home to score, part of the 8-run output for West already today, and we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runner at third, 2 outs. Riley Wessel, deep sigh as he throws outside ball 1. Next week, games that should be very interesting, and we would hope very competitive and well played between Crescent Valley and Corvallis. Way outside ball 2. That's what you mentioned, is there is a wide area in which those pitches will go from Riley, because he does not throw hard, but he's got a good breaking ball. Sometimes it breaks too much or too little. This one misses the outside corner. Ball 3. Jacob Bewley on deck. But those should be good games, and one would think that they will be well played and close games between 2 teams. And it's interesting that it winds up to be Crescent Valley and Corvallis, of course, natural rivals. There's a breaking ball hit foul. That one with a good break on it. But Jackson stayed with it, but got out in front. I wonder what, I did not check today, Scott, with the OSAA rankings. The OSAA a couple of weeks ago at Dallas, and for many weeks had them at number 2 behind Ashland. And suddenly, Corvallis beat them twice last week. Crescent Valley's beaten them twice, 4 losses in a row. I wonder how that has changed things with the rankings. Breaking ball misses, ball 4. Jackson Soto gets the walk.
I will tell you in a couple minutes.
Next up for West Albany,
I'm sure it has changed it. I mean, I'm sure they're probably still in the top 10, but they might be in the lower part of the top 10.
I wonder where Corvallis and Crescent Valley have wound up, though.
Let's see.
Because Corvallis did win the series last week, and Crescent Valley has won the series this week. Pitch will miss to Jacob Bewley. Second walk for Riley Wessel. Second walk here in his first full inning in the third. Has runners at first and third with 2 outs. Jacob Bewley, who has flown to left center and doubled, drove in 2 runs with that double in the last 5-run inning for West. Pitch misses, a ball. So 2 balls and no strikes to Jacob. Taylor Frost would be on deck, and here comes Luke Rapay for a conversation.
Now this is why I don't particularly like the rankings. So Dallas is in 5th place right now.
Yeah.
West Albany comes in 11th place. Corvallis is in 17th place. And Crescent Valley is in 14th. Crescent Valley could win the league, and they're not even in the top 10 right now.
I don't understand.
No, I don't either.
Plus, Corvallis won the series from West, I believe, without looking at a sheet here. Pitch is bounced to third. Nice play by Jared Marshall. Picks it up, throws to first, and the inning is done. And finally, Lebanon able to hold West scoreless here in the third inning. A couple of walks given up by Riley Wessel. But those runners finish up at first and third. Nothing doing. 2 left on, no hits. We go to the bottom of the third. 8-0 West as we continue today on KGAL.
Figaro's Pizza in Albany is celebrating spring with a large Mexican Fiesta Supreme. Now just $14.99, $15.99 baked. Smothered with beef, olives, onions, taco chips, and diced tomatoes. Laid over their picante bean sauce. Served with sour cream and jalapenos on the side. The Mexican Fiesta Supreme on sale now at the Albany Figaro's in front of Fred Meyer. Call 541-924-9303.
This is Rich Abers, Service Manager of Power Buick GMC, and I'm here to tell you that not only is Power Buick GMC the #1 local dealership to purchase a new or used vehicle, we are your General Motors service headquarters. Our GM-trained and ASE-certified technicians service Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC, Hummer, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, and Saturn vehicles. In or out of warranty. Extended warranties, no problem. Cars not GM built, no problem.
Call Power today at 541-757-1415 on the corner of 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis.
1580 KGAL.
All right, we'll go to the top of the 4th inning. Finally, an inning without a run as Lebanon holds West scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd. However, they didn't do it in the 1st, in which West scored 3, nor in the 2nd, in which West scored 5. It's 8-0 West, top of the 4th inning. Jacob Rapay, Luke Rapay, Riley Wessel. Warriors here to face Jacob Caston, who has been very effective in this game. First pitch will miss.
Very effective. I had him at now only 36 pitches in the ball game.
Left-handed hitter Jacob, who is the shortstop this afternoon, swings and he hits this one. Nice stop by Joe Miller, who will throw to the pitcher covering Jacob Caston. Well done. I mean, you see little things like that, Scott, that was well played on both parts. A good job by Joe Miller to scoop that ball up. It was hit low and fast on the ground. He had to go to his right to get it. And a great job by Jacob Caston to get over the bag. A good throw by Joe Miller. That's not an easy throw when the pitcher is on the run.
No, that was executed perfectly by both Miller and Caston there.
Exactly. Nicely done.
To get it and then to cover. And then the throw, like you said, not an easy one at all.
Pitch is outside ball 1. Maybe that's why West is, would you say, 11th in the rankings?
Yeah, that might help.
They are talented.
Oh, yeah.
Pitch misses outside to Luke Rapay. Luke Rapay to be followed by Riley Wessel here in the top of the 4th inning. Jacob Caston working quickly, which is nice, swung on and missed. Maybe he got a piece of it because it winds up at the backstop. Not much if he did. Two balls and a strike to Luke Rapay. Luke struck out his first time up against Caston, and he takes a good-looking pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Caston has a strikeout in each inning so far, so he's struck out 3 so far today. And even 2-2, that's a base hit for Luke Rapay. Wraps it into left field. Second hit of the day. Third base runner for Lebanon this afternoon. Base hit to left. Here's Riley Wessel. Riley started in left field, is now pitching for the Warriors. Runner at first, 1 out in the 4th. Of course, West, we say, it seems strange to me and a little foolish for the OSAA to rank West so high ahead of teams like Crescent Valley and Corvallis, and particularly have Dallas at this point so far in front of them. Unless there's some reason, an injury or somebody missing that was a key to Dallas that's coming back, maybe, a suspension or something of that sort that they know about that we don't.
Yeah.
Pitch is swung on and hit on the ground to the second baseman. Kettleson will underhand to Sawyer Reed. Throw to first, got him. Double play. Sawyer really whipped that one, almost threw it away, but a nice play by Joe Miller. And good infield play. Not an easy play for Kettleson. A ball sharply hit. Underhands to Reed. Reed to first to Joe Miller. Double play. 4-6-3. Inning over. 3.5 done. Still 8-0 West. We will return for the bottom of the 4th on KGAL.
H&R Block Tax Professionals are ready to take another look at your TurboTax return to see what you may have missed. Let us tell you for free if you left any money on the table. Start by visiting hrblock.com/anotherlook or call 1-800-HR-BLOCK to make an appointment. Fees apply for amended returns. Only some software users make errors, and not every error results in a larger refund at participating locations.
Hi, this is Joyce at your local H&R Block office in Albany, Corvallis, and Lebanon. We live and breathe taxes. Let us find you every deduction and credit you deserve.
Farming is fun, especially when you have a tractor like the all-new Kubota Grand L40 from Lynn Benton Tractor. Choose from 8 new models, all with Kubota's powerful, fuel-efficient diesel engines and a choice of 3 productive transmissions, including the all-new innovative HST Plus. See how the Grand L40 can improve your acreage. Check one out at Lynn Benton Tractor's new location on McLean Street in Silverton, and as always along Highway 99E Tangent. Lynn Benton Tractor.
1580 KGAL.
Bottom of the 4th inning from West Albany High School today. I'm Ray Ray. That's Scott Landgren with the whole phone thing going over there.
Yeah, I'm just checking on some scores right now.
That phone thing is it's not right. You're not supposed to get scores from the phone. It's supposed to be somebody calling you, saying hello, other than telemarketers. This is meant for conversations.
I have the Boston score.
Oh, that one counts.
Oh, okay. Well, there is no score. Top of the 2nd inning.
Top of Texas. Oh, Texas tonight, huh? Are they in at Texas?
At Texas.
Yeah. They just won 2 of 3 from Toronto. And Ryan Dempster, his second good outing yesterday, 2 wins in a row. I like it. First pitch is chopped to the third baseman, Jared Marshall, who will make a strong throw to first and retire Taylor Frost. Taylor doubled and scored in the first inning, had a sacrifice fly in the second inning, and on one hop, couple hops, bounces out to Jared Marshall, the third baseman, to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Tanner Whitley, will be followed by Joe Miller. Facing Riley Wessel in his second complete inning. He came on in the second inning with the score 8-0. West, and that's where it stands right now. There is a strike to Tanner Whitley. Single, drove in a run in the first and was hit by a pitch in the second. Right-handed hitter, the shadows begin to fall across some of the fans today. Pitch is high, and ironically, I think now some would appreciate the fact that the shadows are falling and they're not out in the direct sun.
Yeah, I would agree.
How quickly things change,
Yeah.
You long for the sunshine. We get it, but it's a little too strong. Pitch is swung on, wrapped to left, and making the play will be Dylan Williams for the out. Low line drive, well hit by Tanner Whitley, but at Dylan Williams, who started the game as the pitcher, but switched places with Riley Wessel. He's now out in left, and Wessel pitching. 2 up, 2 down. Good job by Riley Wessel. Walked 2 in the last inning, but did not allow a run. Got the side out to end an agonizing second inning. Has retired the first 2 here in the 4th. Joe Miller looks at a ball. 1-0 pitch. Chopped foul. There is that breaking pitch. It's interesting because some pitchers will really throw hard And Riley does not, but he keeps pitchers off balance with that, or he keeps batters with that breaking ball. This one is high.
It's sort of the reverse of a lot of pitchers. A lot of people like to use their fastball to get ahead in the count and then put you away with the breaking ball. Well, he's pretty much the opposite.
There's a strike on the inside corner, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's going to throw the breaking ball, the majority of the at-bat, and then when you're not suspecting it, well, he's going to pump a fastball in there.
2-2, breaking ball hits Joe Miller.
Next up, the pitcher, number 5.
So Riley Wessel has struck his first batter of the day. And there's the in and out that we talked about. He did walk 2 batters in the last inning, hits a batter here.
Yeah.
But he's holding down West, something that Dylan Williams before him could not do this afternoon. Runner leads. Here's Jacob Caston, who looks at a ball.
Well, the one thing Wessel has done is allow a hit. He's given up, like you said, some walks and hit by pitch, but West has not been able to get a hit off of him.
Ball and a strike. Pitch is swung on and chopped slowly towards Jared Marshall. Should be the 3rd out of the inning. It is, as Jared throws to first. Isaac Garber has it, and the side is retired. And Riley Wessel did not manage to get West 1-2-3 for the first time this afternoon, but impressive. Does hit a batter, but no runs scored. Nothing doing for West in the 4th inning. So we finished 4 today, still 8-0 with West on top. We'll be back with baseball on KGAL.
Have you seen the new steel wall in Economy Supply Building Center? It's loaded with steel products you can't do without. From chainsaws to trimmers, you'll find a tool that can help you get your work done easier. An example, Economy Supply has the new Steel FS40 CE trimmer. It's lightweight, fuel efficient, and Steel's easy-to-start system makes starting almost effortless. For a limited time, you'll save $30 off the regular price. Your new Mid-Valley home for steel is Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street, Lebanon.
At Power Honda's award-winning service department, their award-winning staff is there to provide excellent service in a timely manner. From their famous $15 oil changes to transmission replacements and other large jobs, they are dedicated to maintaining the highest levels of customer service. Every appointment includes a multi-point inspection and a complimentary car wash. Call Power Honda's service department today, 541-928-0122. Power Honda, Highway 20 in Albany, your Honda superstore.
$15 oil changes for non-synthetic oil and Hondas only.
1580 KGAL.
Thank you for joining us for baseball today here at 1580 KGAL, locally owned and operated. Pleased to be local, proud to be local, and bringing you high school baseball again this year. I'm sure we will have some playoff games after next week because West will be in the playoffs. They'll at least have a play-in game. And it looks like Corvallis and Crescent Valley, I think regardless of what happens, they will be in the playoffs too. I have to see who goes where and which games we can follow. Next week is the end of the regular season schedule, but we'll certainly have playoff games to follow here in the month of May. And some very good teams. It would be nice if once again we could get somebody to go all the way up to Kaiser, play in a championship game. We've covered a couple. One, Santiam Christian with a runaway win last year, and Corvallis a couple of years ago. I think it was North Eugene. Was that the Andrew Moore? Were you there for that?
I was not there for that. That could have been Andrew Moore, though, who's having just a great season at Oregon State so far.
Boy, is he ever.
8-1 with a 1.62 ERA.
I find it hard to believe of a freshman that he can be that dominating. Here we go in the top of the 5th inning. It will be Jared Marshall leading off for the Warriors, followed by Dylan Williams and Chance DeWitt. 5, 6, 7 in the lineup for the Warriors. Jacob Caston pitching a shutout to this point. Pitch is high and outside, ball 2. Jared flew out to right field just up once today. That's how dominant that Jacob Caston has been so far. 2-0 pitch. Could be no trouble. To the second baseman, Andrew Kettleson. Was not well hit. And it looked like maybe it might be a blooper to the outfield, but instead it bloops into the glove of the second baseman, Andrew Kettleson, without too much movement. 1 gone. Here's Dylan Williams, and he hit back to the pitcher in his lone time up this afternoon. the long shadows of the batter now at home plate. The sun starts to sink here. Pitch is fouled away. The forecast, which we do 6,232,415 times every 10 seconds on the morning update. That's a lot.
That's a few.
It mentions winds gusting to 30 miles an hour. I don't think that's the case. Pitch is outside.
No.
It's always windy here.
Yeah.
I think wind gusts of 30 would really be ripping. Dillon awaits the pitch. He pops it up. Will it be playable for someone in foul territory? Coming on. First baseman Joe Miller will put it away. Foul pop to the first baseman Miller, second out of the inning. And Jacob Caston faced 3 batters in the first inning. He did give up a single to Kyle Christensen leading off the first, but Kyle was erased on a double play. Retired the side in order in the second. Faced 3 batters in the third. Did hit a batter. Faced 3 batters in the fourth, and maybe will do so here. 81 degrees right now? Is it 81 degrees?
Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate that. They said the high today would be 75 to 80, but it was 55 by 9 o'clock this morning. That was the highest temperature we've had by 9 o'clock. That's when we sign off the morning update this year by 9 o'clock. Yesterday was 51, and the temperature went into the 70s. So I said this morning correctly, I can't believe it, but since I said something correctly, I want to repeat it.
Oh, yes.
That I thought that since they said 75 to 80 today, it would be 80. Pitch, strike. You can often tell by the temperature at 9 o'clock, even in the summer where we're headed, that we'll gain about 30 degrees in the summertime, whatever it is, from 9 o'clock. And it's 81 right now here. Pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. So 1, 2, 3 in the inning. And Jacob Caston is pitching a shutout, and West is looking like they will sweep this 3-game series. 4.5 done today. It's 8-0 West. We'll return bottom of the 5th on KGAL.
You will always get your money's worth, and the food is fresh, original, and tasty at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Open areas or cozy booths, you'll find Ixtapa's service superb and menu variety most excellent. Visit them for lunch or dinner, where the parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet. Are you part of an office group? Groups of 10 to 25 are always invited, and $3 drink specials are always offered. Enjoy Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant today at 25 North Main in Lebanon.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market has bargain prices now on 8-pound bags of navel oranges, just $3.99. You save $2. Save up to $1 on pineapples, just $1.99. And save up to $2 on Mike's Lemonade 12-pack party kit, just $14.99. Hurry, specials good while supplies last. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
1580 KGAL.
Let us move to the bottom of the 5th inning today here at West Albany. West grabbed a 3-0 lead in the first, scored 5 in the second, and it is 8-0 West as we head into the bottom of the 5th. Sawyer Reed, top of the lineup for West here in the 5th. Riley Wessel in his 3rd full inning of relief came in and they stopped the vast bleeding of the 2nd inning, that 5-run inning for West. Throws outside, ball 1 to Sawyer. Been on base 3 times and throws outside. You may have heard it hit the backstop.
While not every pitch has been particularly amazing for Riley, he's effectively gotten West out the last couple innings without giving up a hit.
You know, I think he makes it tough because it's the pitch is, it's out here, it's in here.
It really makes the batter think.
Yes. And even some of those pitches that are well off the mark, maybe make it a little bit tough for the batter to key in on him. 2-0 pitch is fouled back.
And another thing is the speed. We've talked about he doesn't throw, really fast. He's going to try to beat you with off-speed stuff. So that's another thing. They have to focus on a slower pitch.
2-1 will be inside to Sawyer. He walked the last time up, doubled and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second. So he's 2 for 2, reached 3rd base after he walked in the 3rd, but did not score, and he leads off with a walk here in the 5th. Austin Smith to follow, Andrew Kettleson, and perhaps Jackson Soto would be 2, 3, 4 in the order for West today. Nice Friday afternoon here. They say it'll be a pleasant weekend. I saw earlier this week in the Register Guard that 83 was a high temperature for pitches bounced by the first baseman into right field. It'll be a base hit. Sawyer Reed will stop at second, but Austin Smith hit it far enough to the right of Isaac Garber that he could not get to it. It's a base hit. Base hit to right, first and second, nobody out. In the fifth for Andrew Kettleson.
First hit since the second.
They mentioned that 83 was the record for Saturday in Eugene, the all-time high for May the 4th. And there is a possibility 80 to 85 tomorrow that could be broken. Pitch is outside. And they said the last 80-degree day in Eugene, and that may be true here as well, was last October 1st. So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's 81 degrees here now. The pitch is swung on, hit up the middle, and over the head of Kyle Christensen. He thought he had that measured, but it was a line drive that kept rising, will be over his head. 1 run scores. They will send the second runner home. Here comes the relay. Could be close. No, it'll be way high.
It would have been if the throw was close.
Jacob Rapay threw it well over the head of catcher Luke Rapay. He wanted to get it to his brother instead. He throws it to the pitcher, Riley Wessel, backing up. It probably would have been close at home. The relay was in the glove of Rapay as the runner was rounding third. In this case, Austin Smith. But he comes home to score. And it'll be 2 runs driven in for Andrew Kettleson.
He ends up on third because of the throw.
And he gets a double on the play and goes to third on the throw home. 2 runs scored, 10-0 West. And ball 1 thrown to Jackson Soto. Well, there goes. We were talking about it was getting quiet here this afternoon, but suddenly it's not. And that pitch is in the dirt. Ball 2 to Jackson. Jackson has singled, and walked. Drove in a run first and scored, and singled and scored in the second.
Well, it just took a little time for the West hitters to adjust. This is the second time through the lineup for Riley, so they've seen him now, and they're starting to key in on his pitches a little more.
This is a good point. How much trouble will there be? There's a strike. 2-1. Jacob Bewley is next. We may begin to see some pinch hitters here. Perhaps we ought to watch the numbers coming up here for the Bulldogs. Pitch is swung on and grounded off the glove of Marshall. Marshall will pick it up. He will throw to first. Has the time to throw out the runner, and he does. But the run comes home from third as Andrew Kettleson scores. But Soto is out 5-3.
Clark.
We have a pinch hitter here.
Aha. You know, I just said we ought to watch the numbers. I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah. This is 16. Crew Clark, he said.
I instruct, but I never listen to my own advice. Crew Clark, who was the starting pitcher the other day, and he was terrific. 6 strong innings. Finally, they had a relief pitcher in the 7th, but he threw a shutout, allowed just 4 hits. See where he goes into play. 2 balls and no strikes to Crew Clark. Base is empty, but unfortunately for Lebanon, 3 runs home in the inning make it 11-0. There's ball 3 to Crew, right-handed hitter. Riley just on the heart of the plate, a strike. Whoa, Crew was taking a couple of steps to first. I'm not sure why, unless he lost his balance, because that one looked like a strike. 3-1, wrapped foul.
No, just in front of that one.
Down the left field line. Interesting park here. It's 330 feet down the left field line. 355 to center. There's a long strip of the center field fence straight across. 355 feet from left to right, all the way across the fence. And 325 down right field. I thought today with the wind blowing out, we might see multiple home runs. We haven't seen it yet. There's a strike on the outside corner. And Crew Clark is gone. Now, the one before was right down the heart of the plate. That one was a little...
Next up, the left field.
Perhaps the umpire didn't like him, making that move to first base often. I don't know. Some say they don't particularly like that. In the majors, some people throw the bats and then they have to go get it again.
They say that. I find that hard to believe.
I don't know. I've never been an umpire, so.
My wife's Italian family might say, with the right hand going back and forth. It was,
Yeah.
Here's a high fly ball to right field that will be put away by Skylar Garber, inning over. Riley Wessel mussed up for the first time today. Gives up 3 runs, a walk, 2 hits in the inning. 3 runs come home. Nobody left on. 5 done. West very much in control. It's the Bulldogs 11, Warriors nothing on KGAL.
Serving Albany and the Willamette Valley for 37 years. Hi, this is Dean Stavros for Stavros Auto Services. The Auto Doctors is the mechanic side of our business and will give you a written lifetime warranty on all work they perform. Jason and I are proud of Jeff, our service manager, and his trained mechanical technicians. Brakes, tune-ups, or any other maintenance your auto may need, Jeff and his team are ready to help. Stavros Auto Services. Same people, same commitment to excellence. You've got our name on it. Find us at packautobody.com.
If your washer, dryer, stove, or fridge are stone cold dead, then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 541-259 at 1131, of course. You see, Like New Appliance is the Mid-Valley's premier recycler, creating like new appliances from your abandoned, lifeless metal rejects. Do your recycling part. Ask for a free discarded appliance pickup today by calling 259 at 1131. That's 541-259 at 1131 for Like New Appliance.
1580 KGAL.
Well, Crew Clark will go to left field, and I think he hit hit for Jacob Bewley.
Now we have a new pitcher.
Was in center.
Taylor Frost is now pitching.
Ah, that's why Taylor Frost is not in left field anymore.
That would be it.
That's how these mysteries take care of themselves.
So did we get who's in center, though?
It's a single number, like number 8, perhaps.
Okay.
Is there an 8? I don't know. Johnny Pearson, we haven't seen him yet.
Could it be Caston? Could he be in center field? That's 5. He was pitching.
Frost came in. Jacob Bewley was out there.
Playing for the league, and they're winning 9-0.
They're up 9-0?
Yeah.
Was that a ball or a strike? I missed it because someone was talking to me.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if he counted that thing.
Nice. Joe Miller, I wouldn't guess right now who's in that outfield. I do know that Crew Clark went to left. Taylor Frost is in the pitch.
I don't know.
And he misses on a pitch to...
I think it's 1-1 is the count.
Skylar Garber leads off here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-1 will miss outside ball 2. Independent Auto Works reminds you anything Volkswagen. They're the place to see parts, service, whatever it may be. Any year, any model, if it's Volkswagen connected, the place to stop is Independent Auto Works on 13th near campus, Albany, or in Lebanon, in Corvallis. In Corvallis.
Who knows where it's at?
In Portland, in Gresham, in Cheshire, in Corvallis. Independent Auto Works. Pitch is high. And a full count here to the leadoff hitter, Skylar Garber. It was in the 3rd inning, and I think I said in that in the 3rd inning that Jacob Caston retired the side in order. It was the only inning in which he did not. He did hit a batter, so he had to face 4 batters in the 3rd. Other than that, in his 5 innings of work, he faced only 3 batters. A couple of times batters reached, but they were erased by double plays.
And I had him at only 53 pitches in the ball game, so he was very effective.
Ball 4 is thrown to Skylar Garber, and Brother Isaac will step in. So runner at first, nobody out for Lebanon. Trying to break a scoreless string now that has reached 19 innings in this series. They did not score in the first 2 games, lost both 1-0. Have not scored in 5 innings today. Pitches a strike to Isaac, who hit into a fielder's choice.
Not good.
Skylar Garber reaches base for the 2nd time, hit by a pitch the first time, walks here. And a strike.
He tried to check it.
They're going to hold back on a good breaking pitch from Taylor Frost. Taylor throws hard, though. 0-2 to the young Isaac Garber. Forced into varsity action by a couple of injuries to first baseman Austin Lopez, and I believe Mike Ryan was the other. Pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. So Isaac is gone as Taylor Frost gets his first strikeout of the day. And there was a strikeout in almost every inning except the fifth. So 4 strikeouts for Jacob Caston. He gives up just 2 hits, departs after 5 innings, throwing a shutout. And here's Kyle Christensen with 1 out, 1 on to face Taylor Frost. Been up twice today. Single to lead off the game. There's a strike. Hear the glove pop? I don't know if you can catch that on our beloved outdoor microphone, but it's popping a little bit now, wouldn't you say?
It is. That's a great sound to hear. Thrown with a little bit more velocity, perhaps.
There's a good fastball for a strike.
Yeah,
Nothing in 2.
That was it.
Kyle singled in the first, but then Jacob Rapay hit into a double play, and Kyle hit back to the pitcher in the 4th. Runner leads. The pitch swung on and missed. A good high fastball out of the reach of Kyle Christensen. 2 gone. Second strikeout for Taylor Frost.
Next up, the shortstop, number 15.
2 gone, runner at first. Here's Jacob Rapay. A reminder from Lynn Benton Community College, get started, get finished at LBCC. There is no need to wind up bankrupt by the end of college career. Save on tuition, travel, housing, and prepare for virtually any career you might choose at Lynn Benton Community College. Pitches outside. It's that time of year when the seniors start deciding exactly where they'll go. It needn't cost a fortune. You needn't put yourself in debt. Get whatever you need, whatever course you need at Lynn Benton Community College, of course, in Albany with the main campus, but also in Lebanon, Corvallis, and Sweet Home. You might even meet Scott Landgren on campus, get his autograph. Into his 13th year. That's not true. Pitches a strike call.
Frost is throwing pretty fast. That one, I see this gentleman down there in the front row has I guess maybe it's like a new aged radar gun. It's just like a little, looks like a cell phone type thing down there, but it registered 67 right there in the red and white hat. He has a little,
oh yeah.
It was 67 that last pitch, so he's throwing it pretty well.
Pitch swung on high, fly ball to right. Could we have the first home run of the year? It is gone over the right field fence. Jacob Rapay homers. And he feels good about that, and so does his team. Finally something to smile about. Here in the 19th, actually the 20th inning of the week. They had not scored yet. But Skylar Garber gets a leadoff walk. 2 strikeouts for Taylor Frost. But Jacob Rapay caught up with what looked like a fastball and wrapped it over the right field fence. 2 runs for Lebanon, down 11-2, but doggone it, that has to feel good.
Yeah, it does. Been so long since they've been able to plate a run, and to do it in that fashion with a home run is extra sweet.
So 2 runs home, and here's Luke Rapay. He's the power hitter of the family.
Well, he might have to step aside.
Which is outside, ball 1.
Jacob.
I know that there's rivalry age. I mean, I felt it with my older brother. You know, I wanted to do things better than he. And if I did, he didn't want to be shown up. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can't remember ever doing anything better than he anyway. But Luke's got to be looking for the fastball. There's an off-speed breaking ball, and that was a beauty for a strike. Ball and strike.
And they respect his ability to hit, so they probably wouldn't give him a great fastball to hit here. Look for some more off-speed, pitching him away.
The younger brother, more of a slender build, and Luke hits under this one and skies it high. First baseman Joe Miller calls for it and waits and waits and waits, and he drops it. It'll be an error on Joe Miller. Now, it's tough this time of the afternoon. No, he's not the first baseman any longer. Logan Nichols. Thank you. I wasn't even looking to first base for a change. How dare they?
I agree.
Logan Nichols is now the first baseman, but it's a tough time of the afternoon because on certain plays, and particularly on that one, you're looking up into the sun, and that was a high fly ball. Luke simply hit under it and really skied it. So Logan Nichols looking up in the sun, and he lost it and drops it, just reached his glove back, hit his glove. It'll be an error, and here's a foul ball hit by Riley Wessel. Strike to Riley. Riley is struck out, hit into a double play. It gets tough here in the afternoon because everybody's looking directly into that sun on high fly balls. Ooh, and it hits Riley Wessel, and suddenly Taylor Frost has come undone. Base on balls to lead off the inning. 2 strikeouts. Struck out Isaac Garber, struck out Kyle Christensen. Jacob Rapay took him deep to right field for a 2-run home run. An error on the first baseman, Logan Nichols, keeps the inning alive. And then Riley Wessel hit by a pitch. We have seen some strange things in the years that we have done high school and Legion baseball.
It's, I believe, one of the years West Albany scored like 7 or 8 runs in the bottom of the 7th to beat Crescent Valley a few years ago.
Crescent Valley, which had scored like 6 in the top of the 7th to take the lead. And it was basically with 2 outs that they did the damage.
That's one thing about this park is it's funny. It seems like runs just come in bunches here. You're never really out of a game as long as you can bunch some hits together.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch by Jared Marshall. 0-1 to him as a breaking ball, and now Frost going to the breaking ball. That one beautifully breaks across home plate. A strike, 1-1. Dylan Williams on deck.
Because you never know when a fly ball is going to turn into a home run here.
That wind blowing out this afternoon, but that was a shot by Jacob.
No, that one was. That was a no doubt.
He hit the fastball well. This one a little nubber off the bat to Miller, picks it up. Miller will go to the base unassisted, gets the out, and fortunate to do so. The pitcher, Frost, was over there, but Miller wanted to take it unassisted, and he almost had his foot stepped on. He could have been injured. Almost had his foot stepped on by Jared Marshall. Marshall hustling down to first, but Jared is retired. 3 for the put-up. Warriors finally break the drought of 19 scoreless innings in the series this week against West. They get 2, a 2-run home run by Jacob Rapay, but they leave 2. 5.5 done. It is 11-2. West leading this afternoon on KGAL.
When it comes to the most experience, best warranty, best fuel economy, and best service, Mark Thomas Motors is the best. The last standing, locally 4th-generation family-owned new car dealer in Albany, with 3 locations featuring GMC Buick, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and Hyundai's North American Car of the Year, Elantra, and a new Veloster in Sonata. Support your community by buying your new or certified pre-owned car or truck now at Mark Thomas Motors, Sandy M Highway in Albany. Shop online at markthomasmotors.com.
Mark Thomas Motors, why pay more?
The mission of this quality Mid-Valley builder is treat every job like it's our only job, no matter how big or small. And we don't stop until our customer is 100% satisfied 100% of the time. Now Builders has stuck to this business plan since their beginning in 1992. They welcome commercial and residential jobs, big or small, it doesn't matter at Now Builders. See their list of referrals online at nowbuilders.com or call 541-926-2858.
1580 KGAL.
Jared Marshall will come in from third base to a pitch. Here becomes the third pitcher of the day. Dylan Williams got the start. Riley Wessel. A couple of good innings in relief, but touched for 3 runs in the last inning. He came on in the second to quiet the fire. West Albany scored 5 in the second, but he came on to get the side out and then pitched the third, fourth, and fifth. And Jared Marshall will come on in the 6th inning here for the Warriors.
And that's Dylan Williams at third base.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Samaritan Orthopedics reminds you, if you have foot pain of any type, what is the problem? It was plantar fasciitis years ago for me. Who's the player right now? Is it Joakim Noah in the NBA?
Oh, he might.
That's having problems. It really can slow you down. I have, by the way, so you know all the pains in the left in the right shoulder right now, but a foot injury really cripples you.
Mm-hmm.
Samaritan Orthopedics invites you to stop by. They can take care of they will diagnose it, they will care for you, they cure you. Samaritan Orthopedics in Corvallis. Pitch will be outside, and haven't seen a lot of, there is a call from the umpire. Those hands are low. I'm not sure who's able to see them, even in the crowd now. The pitch will be one hopper to the third baseman, Dylan Williams, who will throw to first, throws high, and a nice grab by Isaac. Isaac applies the tag, and what did they say?
They say safe.
Safe at first.
Wow. So I thought he got him with the tag.
A throwing error. It's a little difficult because I've got that partition in the window, and I look around here and I see the post. It was close.
Yeah.
Awfully close, but the umpire says no cigar down there, no put out.
And Jeff went out to protest it.
Yeah. But it will be a throwing error to Dylan Williams. A tough play for him to make to come in and all of a sudden have to make that throw.
It was almost simultaneously. He reached the bag and the tag was applied. And they say safe.
It is the... How many errors have I... Oh, here in the score. It's the second one that I have here, but I thought there was another one in there.
I only have 2.
Okay. There was a key error in the first inning on a throwing error by Dylan Williams, who was the pitcher at the time, allowing a runner to come all the way around and score. It would be the first run of the day. Sawyer Reed, who had doubled, came in and scored. As Dylan Williams, a ball hit back to him, went to throw to first and threw it away. And now has a throwing error as he takes over at third base. Pitch is in the dirt to Joe Miller, and the count to him will be a ball and a strike. Joe Miller on the day has flown out. Let me check the number. No, that's not Joe Miller. It's 24, and that's Logan Nichols. Well, of course, Miller was the first baseman. Throw down to first and back in. Hey, likes behind those runners, hasn't picked anyone off yet. Close a couple of times. You got to be aware when he's the catcher. So Logan Nick, for the first time today, took over at first base. And Wayne. Ooh, did that hit us?
It hit somewhere over here.
A nice press box that was renovated, gosh, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago now. Used to really be warm in here in the summertime. It's very pleasant.
I'll say I'm glad it's not. I wore jeans today.
2-2 is in the dirt. Ball 3, throw down to first, and again, just back in. The ball was in the dirt, and Luke Rapay throwing from his knees down to first and taking his time coming back because he saw the ball in the dirt and off the glove of the catcher. Tanner Whitley was almost picked off first, assuming that's Tanner. Are we sure? That is 22 on first base. Foul back here. So a full count to Logan Nichols.
Actually, it's not.
Who is that?
Looks like 14.
14 would be Taylor Weldon.
Looks like a 14.
I would think we'll see multiple. They send the runners, and this one is foul back. Oh, too bad. Looked like maybe that might go over the net and maybe have enough to get here.
Yes, it's a 14.
The only time that we've seen a broken window was at a game at Goss Stadium.
Really?
Yeah. Came back over that backstop and right through the window. Remember, they did this. The pitch is a high fly ball in foul territory and is still within the park but out of play. For Dylan Williams, just a little bit more, it would be beyond the boundaries. But falls short of being caught by the third baseman, who is Dylan Williams. Yes. Do you remember the other day it was TW for TW? Taylor Weldon for Tanner Whitley?
Yes.
Maybe it's a tandem.
Maybe.
A Taylor-Tanner tandem.
A platoon, if you will.
So it's Taylor Weldon who leads from first, and the full pitch count again is outside, and there are runners at first and second for Jared Marshall. Nobody out in the bottom of the sixth inning. 11-2, West on top. Jacob Caston is batting.
It's still hit him. That's good.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
Maybe Don Lean just fell asleep down there and forgot to put in a sub. Runners lead first and second. Jacob Caston is doubled and grounded out on the day, and there is a pitch that is a strike. Jacob, very effective as a starting pitcher. I don't know if we can judge from this week, Scott, but obviously the pitchers this week for West. Throw down to first, and this time he's out. Is he out? He is out. Yes, he is. No?
No, yes. He was out.
Oh, he was out. He stayed there and then asked his first base coach, am I out? Yes, you are. Finally, Luke Rapay throws behind the runner, and too casual. Make it Logan Nichols is the young man picked off at first. 1 out. Jacob Caston takes outside a ball. 2 balls and a strike to Jacob. Actually, you feel good for Luke Rapay. He's got a good arm.
He does.
And sometimes, we've seen it before in years past. take too much time. There's a wild pitch. First wild pitch of the day. We've seen some pitches in and out of the strike zone in various places, but that is the first wild pitch, goes to the backstop, and it will send Taylor Weldon to third. And the count will be 3-1 to Jacob Caston. On deck, top of the order. Dangerous place to go with West Albany. Sawyer Reed up next. 3-1 pitch. Jared Marshall throws, swung on and missed, and a throw down to third, and just back is Taylor Weldon. Boy, he's escaped a couple today. He has the dirt on his shirt this time to show.
He's working hard.
When he was on first base, he almost got caught a couple of times, and that was close. Swung on and hit high and deep towards left. This one will go well towards the wall. It will stay in the park, and it will go out to the warning track. A run will score, of course, quite easily, as Taylor Weldon comes home, and it is a double for Jacob Caston. A run batted in, make it 12-2 West, bottom of the sixth inning. And may we remind you that high school games are 7 innings, so West really has this well in hand, and should finish their league season with a record of 13-5. And we'll see what that does from it, as we explain, and I won't do it again. It could, with certain things happening, move them into second place by the end of next week, as they do not play conference games next week, and everyone else in the league will. Any idea from Pleasant Valley today?
I have not been able to find one.
Nobody on the internet today to give you a score?
No, I have not found one. I'll check again.
That was a ball outside. So a ball and a strike here to Sawyer Reed, who stands in. Sawyer doubled, singled, walked, and walked. Scored 3 runs on the day, and a breaking ball is high out of the strike zone, ball 2. Austin Smith on deck. Well, Taylor Weldon must have felt good when he finally crossed home plate. He was almost erased on the base paths 3 different times by Luke Rapay. Pitch is swung on in line right into the glove of the second baseman, who will look towards second, but back safely as Jacob. Jacob Caston did not wander far. The ball well hit right on the nose by Sawyer Reed, but right a chance to wit. 2 gone. Austin Smith, catcher, singled twice in the ball game. Sacrificed successfully in the third, then singled in the fifth. First, second, and fifth with singles. He's 3 for 3 on the day, and has successfully sacrificed. Not bad. Runner at second. Pitch is swung on, the grounder towards the shortstop. Bobbled momentarily by Jacob Rapay, but he will throw to first. Low throw, nicely scooped by Isaac Garber at first, and the inning is done. But West does get another run, and they will take into the top inning a 12-2 lead, trying to complete their sweep of the week over the Warriors. Warriors and Bulldog continue in just a moment on KGAL.
Eye-popping graphics on premium fabrics. That's what you'll wear from Northwest Apparel and Graphics. Businesses like Albany's Furniture and Beds, Buckmaster Plumbing, and Rhodes Warden have trusted Northwest Apparel and Graphics for their new appearance. Now you can too, and for a lot less than you'd expect. From vinyl signs and proverbs to screen printing and custom embroidery, Northwest Apparel and Graphics can do it all. No minimum orders for home or business. Look for their new showroom just south of the Kuhn Theater on South Main Street. Northwest Apparel and Graphics.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all-natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese, fresh slice of tomato on a toasted hoagie roll, complemented with a seasoned tradition chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable.
Locally owned and operated, this is the very independent News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Top of the 7th inning. It could be the final frame here as Taylor Frost is on the mound with a 10-run lead. I don't think that's a save, is it?
No.
10-run advantage, 12-2, West leading. They've led 2-0 and make it 3-0 after 1, 8-0 after 2, and really the game was out of reach at that point. took an 11-0 lead. A 2-run home run by Jacob Rapay in the last inning, but then West added a run in the bottom of the 6th, 12-2 as we go to the 7th. Dylan Williams, who has done multiple things today, leads off. He hits it on the ground to Sawyer Reed. Sawyer throws low, and it will be a throwing error on Sawyer Reed. I can't believe it.
Wow.
Backed up by the catcher, Austin Smith, and Austin thought maybe he could catch the base runner, Dylan Williams, unaware that he was there to back that up. But Williams stayed on the bag. It'll be an error on Sawyer Reed. We have talked glowingly about his shortstop play, and we should. But that one was thrown away, thrown low, and the new first baseman, Logan Nichols, who took over in the last inning, couldn't scoop it out. So runner at first, nobody out. Chance to Witt will swing and miss. He has struck out twice on the day. Once against Jacob Caston. I guess actually it was twice. Jacob was the pitcher in the 5th as well. 0-1 pitch. Gets a piece of it at home plate. Fouls it 0-2. After chance, Skylar Garber. The key thing for Lebanon is they really cannot substitute. They only have a couple of subs in Austin Lopez, although he's listed as a sub. Because he can throw, he can't swing.
Yeah.
Timeout is called. So he could possibly go in defensively. But there would be no need for that, so really you're down to one sub. Pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Chance to Witt is gone for the 3rd time today, swinging at a high, I guess it was a fastball.
Next up, the right fielder, number 9, Skylar Garber.
And Taylor Frost has checked out his 3rd strikeout, and here's Skylar Garber. Taylor Frost looks and throws. There's the fastball. That's a swing and a miss. Scott, the 2 subs that I've listed for West, Austin Lopez and John Guederos, they were subs on the lineup card that was handed here today, but they're both injured, both of them.
Well, that must mean they don't have any subs.
And John Guederos hurt himself sliding into first the other day. Pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2 to Skylar Garber. So I don't know why they would be listed on the lineup card as subs, but really they can't play.
I don't know.
And that's where you're just seeing people come in relief as a pitcher, and somebody else who goes out to take their position. They simply switch positions. High fly ball to left will be taken by Crew Clark, who is out there. And the Warriors are down to their final out here of the week. Who do the Warriors play next week? I don't have the
Silverton.
schedule. Oh, they finish up with Silverton.
Which is good for them.
So they have a chance to pick up some wins next week. Silverton has struggled. They've given up a lot of runs in some games. And it would be good. That's nice. You feel better for Lebanon. It would be nice to see them play a team they can finish up with some wins. Is always a good feeling at the end of the season. They will go to 5-10 with the loss this afternoon. Pitch is in the dirt to Isaac Garber. As Isaac looks down to Jeff Stolzik. I think it's just try to get on, young man. Any way you can. Did he go around? I think he did, yes. There's a strike. Wanted to avoid that inside pitch, but in doing so, came around with the bat. Strike 2.
Pretty much all you can do there.
As Taylor Frost looks and throws.
Look good.
Close. No, I thought there were 2 strikes. The umpire holds up 1, so it's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Skylar. Dylan Williams leads at first. The pitch swung on and missed. Now there are 2 balls, 2 strikes. Taylor Frost a strikeout away from finishing the conference season for West in impressive fashion. They would go to 13-5. Not as good as some years they've seen, but picking up steam toward the end. A high fastball swung on and missed. And several of the Warriors offered at pitches that were simply too high.
Yeah.
And in this case, out of the strike zone. No way you'll catch up with it. Skylar Garber, a strikeout victim. Taylor Frost comes on in 2 innings of work, strikes out 4, gets the side here in the top of the 7th inning, and West has finished off a sweep of the series, won the first two games 7-0. Today 11-2. They finished the conference season at 13-5, and now they will wait and see what happens to the teams above them. They can't win the conference, but if certain things fell their way, they could go as high as second place, which helps you in the playoffs. You get perhaps a weaker team first round. Currently, they're seated fourth in the Mid-Willamette Conference. 11-2, West wins it today. We'll come back and wrap things up from West Albany High School on KGAL.
Wilson Motors in Corvallis is showcasing the arrival of the new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the 2014 Jeep Patriot, and the 2013 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Ram 1500. Wilson Motors is where you'll find this area's best selection, best prices, and happy customers. Come see the notable difference during the showcase event going on now at Wilson Motors. Make your best deal today at Wilson Motors Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis, and online at saveatwilson.com.
Figaro's Pizza in Albany is celebrating spring with a large Mexican Fiesta Supreme. Now just $14.99, $15.99 baked. Smothered with beef, olives, onions, taco chips, and diced tomatoes. Laid over their picante bean sauce. Served with sour cream and jalapenos on the side. The Mexican Fiesta Supreme on sale now at the Albany Figaro's in front of Fred Meyer. Call 541-924-9303.
1580 KGAL.
Well, West Albany, impressive fashion this week, finishes off a sweep against Lebanon. They win the first two games by identical score of 7-0, and then they take this game 11-2. They left no doubt in the game as they scored 3 in the first. That's not bad, but when they scored 5 in the second, you knew it was going to be a long afternoon for West.
Yeah.
And the final score 12-2. So they finished their conference season 13-5. The reason for that is that Woodburn, which has been a member of the Mid-Willamette Conference for many years, had a lot of troubles in baseball. In fact, the last couple of years, the 10-run rule was abandoned in this league. It used to be if you led by 10 runs after 5 innings, the game was over.
Right.
Called the mercy rule. But it was abandoned a couple of years ago with one exception, and that was Woodburn. If they were 10 runs behind or more, they had the option of playing on if they wished or stopping. And so often they were giving up even 20-plus runs to particularly the top teams in the league, that this year they became an independent team. They are not in the league and do not count in the standings, because really they were losing almost every game in the league without an exception in the last several years.
Right.
So this year, each of the other 7 teams in the league, the 7 teams that are left, they do play Woodburn, but it doesn't count in the standings. And basically, most of the teams only play 1 game against them. So that's a non-conference week when they play Woodburn. The last team to play Woodburn is West. They will do it next week. Therefore, they have played 3 more games than everybody else, and their record stands at 13-5 for the season. Lebanon will wind up with their, 5 and let's see. I don't have it in front of me.
Hang on.
They started at 5-8 the other day. 5-10. 5-10 for the season, right?
Yep.
In conference.
6-15 overall.
And they will finish in 5th place. But West has a chance perhaps to improve on their seeding, depending on some other things happening around the league. We need one more timeout this afternoon. It's a very pleased crowd. I think everybody happy. One, it's Friday. 2, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon.
Yep.
The flag was whipping around out there, but not what they said. If we had 30-mile-an-hour gusts, I think we would have seen a lot of home runs.
Would have been interesting.
We saw our first leave this stadium this afternoon, and that was a 2-run home run for Jacob Rapay, the bright spot for Lebanon this afternoon, but they fall 12-2. We will be back and wrap up in just a moment on KGAL.
H&R Block Tax Professionals are ready to take another look at your TurboTax return to see what you may have missed. Let us tell you for free if you left any money on the table. Start by visiting hrblock.com/anotherlook or call 1-800-HR-BLOCK to make an appointment. Fees apply for amended returns. Only some software users make errors, and not every error results in a larger refund at participating locations.
Hi, this is Joyce at your local H&R Block office in Albany, Corvallis, and Lebanon. We live and breathe taxes. Let us find you every deduction and credit you deserve.
This is Rich Abers, Service Manager at Power Buick GMC, and I'm here to tell you that not only is Power Buick GMC the #1 local dealership to purchase a new or used vehicle, we are your General Motors service headquarters. Our GM-trained and ASE-certified technicians service Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC, Hummer, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, and Saturn vehicles. In or out of warranty. Extended warranties, no problem. Cars not GM built, no problem.
Call Power today at 541-757-1415 on the corner of 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis.
1580 KGAL.
Well, that's it for this week. As West wins this one 14-2. Next week could be very interesting. I will be very interested to see what happens this afternoon. As the afternoon begins, there are two teams tied for first. They are Corvallis and Crescent Valley. They will meet in 3 games next week. We'll have the 2 games in stadiums with press boxes. That would be Tuesday from Corvallis and Friday from Goss Stadium. And it will be very intriguing to see what happens next week. Perhaps some certainly well played and maybe some very close contests in a battle for first place. It depends on what happens this afternoon. Crescent Valley is still playing at Dallas, the 3rd game of the series. It's going to be tough to sweep, but they have already won twice.
They're at home.
Corvallis won the last 2 games against Dallas last week. Dallas has suddenly dropped 4 straight. But you would assume that Corvallis is winning this afternoon against South. Again, not meaning to degrade them in any way, but they have had a tough year. Mm-hmm. And Corvallis most likely would win that final game of the series. They've won the first 2 by big scores.
Yes.
And that would leave them with 3 losses entering the game against Crescent Valley on Tuesday. Now, Crescent Valley has 3 losses at the moment. Not able to get any scores?
No, I couldn't. The only reason I was able to on Wednesday is because one of the sports writers for the paper tweets it out, and they were at the game, and I guess they didn't go to the game today. So,
or they're not tweeting,
or they're not doing that. Yeah. No. So I don't know what's going on at Crescent Valley.
Maybe it's a no tweet Friday.
Maybe it's a nice day. They're probably doing other things.
But for West, if Dallas were to lose today, West then moves up to 3rd place because it would be the 6th loss of the conference season for Dallas. And as I said, West is done, so they have 5 losses. That's going to be it for the season.
Yeah.
They would know that they would finish ahead of Dallas moving into 3rd. Now, if that happens, next week West would wish for one of 2 things. If somebody loses 3 games next week, they would definitely have 6 losses, regardless of what happens today. That is Crescent Valley or Corvallis. If somebody sweeps, the other team would drop behind West, and West would move up to 2nd.
Yeah.
Now, I think Crescent Valley... West beat Crescent Valley 2 out of 3 this year, didn't it?
Yes. Yeah, you got that right. See?
So if Crescent Valley loses 2 out of 3, if Corvallis wins 2 out of 3 next week, Crescent Valley could still fall. Well, they would fall behind West, because even if they went into the week next week with 3 losses, they would have 5, and they would be in a tie with West, and West would have the tiebreaker. So West hopes for somebody to sweep next week, or if they are tied going into the series, for Corvallis to win 2 of 3, and West could move up to 2nd place. It's still a possibility. But those are things that will await the outcome of next week. We know that West has won here today, and in particular what happens with Dallas and Crescent Valley this afternoon. But I think that will be an interesting way, and who knew it would be such a good way to end the season?
Yeah, we hoped it would, and it's looking like it's going to be, and it's going to be an exciting night, especially next Friday, or afternoon, I guess, when we're at Goss, and who knows what could be at stake there.
Nice place to finish up.
Yeah, it's pretty nice there.
Tuesday and Friday, right? Am I right? It's Tuesday?
Yes, because it's Corvallis,
it is Corvallis,
Crescent Valley, and then Goss.
With the home game on Tuesday again. We refuse to go anywhere where there's not a press box.
We refuse.
This time of year.
Well, today would have been fine.
Maybe. If there's no press box, you still wind up in some places where it's a little bit tough to see. And as you know, with the kind of scorecards we use, the wind.
Oh, that's true.
The wind is a killer.
I'll give you that.
But we will be here Tuesday and Friday of next week with the finish of the regular season. Several teams will be in the playoffs. We'll see where they go and what's conducive for travel. And we'll have some playoff games for you as well to finish out our high school season. Thank you, Scott. An interesting afternoon for West. They are not as good a record as we've seen in the last couple of years, but they've been coming on at the end. Mm-hmm. They beat Dallas in 1 game. They lost twice to Dallas by a single run, 5-4. They've beaten Crescent Valley in 2 out of 3. They've won 1 game from Corvallis. So they are a team, certainly a team to be reckoned with. we'll see how far they can go in the postseason. Final score today is 12-2, 12 runs, 14 hits, a couple of errors, and 7 left on for West. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 4 left for Lebanon. And we look forward to next week. Hopefully you'll join us on Tuesday at 4:30 here at KGAL Radio. Have a very good weekend. I'll see you Monday morning for the morning update, 5:30 to 9. Make sure you join me there. I'd hate to have to come out to your house and wake you up.
That's right.
To get you, so just do it out of matter of fact. Have a good weekend, Scott.
You too, Ray.
And thank you, Carissa Adams, back in the station for watching the board today. Once again, final score this afternoon from West Albany High School. West finishes up their conference season 13-5 as they beat Lebanon 14-2.
Thanks for listening to today's broadcast of Mid-Valley High School Baseball on 1580 KGAL. High School Baseball was brought to you by Lynn Benton Tractor, Power Honda, Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant, Albany Grocery Outlet, Power Buick GMC, Mark Thomas Motors, Burgerville, Now Builders, Stavros Auto Services, Northwest Apparel and Embroidery, Wilson Motors, Figaro's Pizza of Albany, Like New Appliance, and by Economy Supply Building Center. Listen soon for another exciting high school game. This broadcast is exclusive property of Eads Broadcasting, 1580 KGAL, and Radio Scott Productions. U.S. copyright law protects this broadcast. Duplication or rebroadcast of any portion of this program is strictly prohibited without prior written consent. We now join our regular programming.
Hear the truth and only the truth from your cultural crusader, Michael Medved, on News Talk 1580 KGAL.